The April-May 2025 digital edition of O-Gauge Railroading magazine is 113 pages of great pictures and fascinating reading. OGR editor Alan Miller does a capsule history of 125 years of Lionel trains. 2025 marks Lionel's 125th year in business making model trains. Alan outlines the body of work they have produced over that time, and it is amazing. Run 341's Product Showcase brings you 8 new products from Lionel, Train World, and Menards. This issue's Reader's Rails columns bring you 3 interesting photos from Bob Anderson, Shannon Harris, and John Sethian. Eric Siegel reviews the Lionel Vision Line Triplex Steamer and an array of new freight cars from ready-made trains. Jeff Kerner is your host for a fascinating look at the Paradise and Pacific Railroad Club layout. This 40 by 32-foot layout is a big draw at the McCormick-Stillman Railroad Park near Scottsdale, Arizona. This 30-acre park features many railroad exhibits besides this big layout. Joe Zarnowski shows you some tips and tricks for laying Gargrave's track. Joe packs a lot of solid information in his 4-page article. Lanny Dixon has a strong allegiance to the Pennsylvania Railroad, and his layout reveals some of the fond memories of his childhood watching P Company trains go by. Robert Walker shows you how he converted a ready-made toy's beep to wireless control using a Thomas handheld controller and an onboard battery. And speaking of batteries, Darrell Lamb is back with part 4 of his Power on Board project. Using batteries for O-scale may play a big role in the future of the hobby. As battery technology improves, the use of dead rail or power on board is becoming increasingly popular. Ken Hoganson has come up with another great track diagram for O-Gauge in a small space. His Texas Tea Time layout fits on 2 4x8 tables and has some neat options for running trains. As always, he gives you a great track diagram and a complete list of everything you need to build this layout. Miles Markovich is back with part 3 of his 3D printing project. 3D printing is another aspect of the hobby that is growing fast as the technology improves, costs come down, and software gets better. Getting into 3D printing today is a lot easier than you might think. Over on the team track, Dave Menarek writes about homemade electronic repairs for your trains. Dave has assembled a nice array of tools for electronic work. In his article, he gives you some tips and tricks and also discusses how you can gain even more knowledge by watching some special YouTube channels. So there you go, 113 pages of great reading in the April-May 2025 digital edition of O-Gauge Railroading magazine.